Gender and semantics within communities. All communities have specific language and around gender. However, semantics can change drastically between cliques within Hillsborough High School. The gender and semantics surrounding the football team is different from the other communities around Hillsborough High School. The semantics on the football team may have meanings to the players on the team, but not to other people in other communities on the team. A lot of the semantics on the team is swearing because it's kind of the culture, and other groups might not understand why they do that, but on the football team there's a reason. Most of the time the swearing on the team is in a joking manner, but sometimes it is to bring someone down, like the word bitch. This is very common on the football team because the denotative meaning of the word is like a fox, a female dog, or an otter. But on the football team, it's basically saying don't be scared or you're weak. And someone might say don't be a bitch or you a bitch after making a good play or something on them. So it's very commonly used. Another word is pussy. The denotative meaning of this word is cat. However, in the football team, this is used to call the same as being called a bitch, being called someone weak or scared. They might be called a pussy if they're not participating in a drill, or some player might call them a pussy because they think it's funny. A common phrase on the football team is "What's your read?" and that's basically just telling the quarterback to read the defense. But if you weren't on the football team, this may have no meaning at all to you. Another phrase is "look for the cutback." This is telling the ball carrier for the football team to run the ball where the defenders aren't. And if you weren't on the football team, you might think cut back on something like food or something like that. Hit the hole is another phrase used. They say this just kind of telling a runner to run hard and don't cut the ball, run the ball outside, and run where your teammates are blocking for you. This could be taken literally by somebody not on the football team, like actually hit the hole, or might mean nothing to them. Another phrase is "ball's gone." This is another thing where the coach is telling the quarterback that he needs to throw the ball quicker, and this is used a lot on the football team because players say this very frequently to the quarterback. These differerences in meanings show that the football team have like specific language that is different than other communities at Hillsborough High School. Some of these sayings may mean nothing to the outside the football community, but within it they have a very significant meaning.
Hi, I'm Nate, and I'm here talking about the basketball community and gender semantics surrounding the basketball community. It's very different compared to the other communities here at Hillsborough High School. The semantics around the men's basketball team are mainly words and phrases, and they can mean something totally different to someone who has not been around the community. The words and phrases of the men's basketball team mainly consists of a mixture of curse words, sexual, and just different words that you probably wouldn't hear anyone else saying around the school. A portion of the words used by the men's basketball team are sexual and curse words, such as pussy, which is the name for a woman's vagina. However, in basketball terms, it can be used to call someone unmanly, weak, or scared. It can also go the same way for bitch. A bitch is the name of a female dog, fox, wolf, or otter. But in basketball terms, it can also be used to call someone unmanly, weak, or scared, and pretty much challenge them, saying that they're not able to guard them. The other words used around the men's basketball community are very, very different, and someone that has not been around the community probably would probably have no idea what they would mean, such as "and one." "And one" has very different meanings to many other communities around Hillsborough High School, but to the basketball team, it is mainly used when you are fouled while shooting, or if you thought you were fouled while shooting and the shot goes in, you usually yell "and one" after the shot if you know it's going to go in or while the shot is going in. The other word is foul. Foul, when you hear a foul, you may think of something that is gross or disgusting. However, in basketball terms, it means to break a rule or misconduct of the game of basketball. Another word is ball dog. For most people, they have never used this term before in their life. But in the basketball community, it is an action where you are calling for the ball by saying ball dog, not calling for your teammate's name, just saying ball dog. Another word is the bank is open. Most people, when they hear this, think of the literal meaning as a bank is actually open. But in the basketball community, the bank is slang for the backboard. So most of the time when someone makes a shot off the backboard, him or one of his teammates may say that the bank is open. And the final phrase is give me that shit. Usually when you hear this, you're thinking of someone who is aggressively asking for something back. But in basketball terms, it is used when you block someone's shot and you usually yell it very aggressively, saying, give me that shit.
Hey, today I'll be talking about the gender and semantics surrounding the girls' soccer. The gender and semantics are very different within communities at Hillsborough High School. Some of these words might not mean anything to people outside of the communities, but have a very significant meaning to the people within them. One of the words that we use is sweetie. The word sweetie is usually used to greet or is used talking to someone you're fond of, with a denotative meaning used a term of endearment, especially as a form of address. The way we use sweetie is when we are annoyed with one another or someone from the opposing team. For example, when we might use the word sweetie is when someone makes a comment from the opposing team saying that a foul that was called was unfair, but someone might say something along the lines of no sweetie. Another word we use is the word foul. The word foul describes something unpleasant with a denotative meaning, being offensive to the senses, especially through having a disgusting smell, taste, or unpleasantly soiled. The way we use the word foul is to describe an action that is against the soccer rules. So some of the examples might be careless or reckless using of excessive force, charging an opponent, holding an opponent, handling the ball, and other things like that. The word nutmeg would not make sense to someone outside of the soccer community because nutmeg is a hard, aromatic, almost spherical seed of a tropical tree. It is used for baking and health benefits. But the way we use nutmeg in the girls' soccer community is to describe when the ball goes in between someone's legs. This term has an embarrassing kind of vibe to it. Some phrases we use in girls' soccer is the phrase clean sheet. When someone outside the soccer community might hear this phrase, they would think of a literal clean sheet. However, the phrase clean sheet is used when a team is held from scoring. For example, my freshman year, we went to Canada for a soccer tournament, and we held a clean sheet the entire tournament, meaning we were never scored on. Another phrase you might hear is park the bus. The phrase park the bus, to someone outside the soccer community, might think literally parking a bus, but in soccer it is used when you're trying to hold the team from scoring. For example, if you were in a very intense match that was 2-1, in the last 10 minutes you might move people more to a defensive position to park the bus, which is to hold the other team from scoring. Some more phrases we use is the term cherry picking. When someone outside of the Hillsborough girls soccer community would hear the term cherry picking, they might think of someone literally picking cherries. But in soccer, that is used when a team has one player stay really high up on the field, waiting to get cheap and undeserved goals. The last phrase that I picked was this phrase hat trick. This is used when someone scores 3 goals. Someone outside of the girls soccer community might think of a magician performing an actual hat trick. But for example, in the last 8 minutes of one of my games, we were losing 2-3, and then one of the girls on my team got us a hat trick, with us winning 5-2.